you know.
Right.
And I liked that a lot. I liked the Flash stuff. I liked the Cyborg stuff. I like how that all played out, and like I understand the need for the 4-hour version. It worked. Like it worked. Like I don't know. I can't explain. It worked somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And there were hints of other things, like, you know, when Lois opens up that drawer that one time and she pulls out her credentials, what's underneath them? That's a fucking pregnancy test.
Yeah.
You know, like, is she pregnant? You know, is that one of the, you know, so like there was like a lot of things that, like, there were doors that were open. Like you could see this was meant to be a trilogy. Like this is meant to be not just this 4-hour epic. This is meant to be maybe like a 12-hour epic.
Right.
You know, and the stuff in the nightmare sequence at the end was so fucking good. And like that whole like thing between Batman and the Joker was just phenomenal. You know, but I mean, there was just so much good stuff. I mean, you don't see Batman until 2 hours into the fucking movie.
Right.
There's a whole movie that's been you've watched already, and before you see his fucking ass show up. Batman. Like I mean, you've seen Bruce Wayne a lot, but you don't see fucking Batman until 2 hours into this bitch.
Right.
You know, and it's just like it and you'd think to yourself, like, well, that's gotta suck. That's poor pacing. It's paced perfectly.
Yeah, I really had no complaints. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just picking things, but that extended scene with the Heroes of Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they just focused in on, like, you kind of got a glimpse of it in the original, but on this one, there was more in depth. And when fucking Ares came out, I'm like, oh my goodness.
And even like,
that was like, I was thinking to myself right then, I was like, man, I want a movie of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, it looks so good that, and then the Lantern.
Yeah.
What's his name was it? I was like, damn, look. I was pretty impressed.
Like, even like weirdly, like the battle with the Amazons.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Joss Whedon version, like they get their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
In this version, they put up a pretty good fight before finally falling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in the first one, it was like Steppenwolf like takes off, like, you know, like, oh well, here comes the rest of their army. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Like in this one though, like if Steppenwolf's kind of like, okay, I got what I need. I need to fucking get out of here.
Yeah, or I'm gonna, like, something's gonna happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah, like right. the first one, like Steppenwolf kind of like leaves just out of like arrogance, like you know. And this one, he's like, okay, you put up a fight, you made me work for it, I gotta go. You know?
Now the writers of Rohan are here. I'm taking off.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, in Atlantis, like I liked how it's like they're even like, you know, well, you know, Orrin doesn't give a shit.
Right.
About the mother box. You know, they've got a courtesy guard on that thing. And, right. You know, if shit's going down, like, I need you to check on it. You know?
Right.
And Aquaman's like, you know, you can go fuck yourself.
Right.
You know? I mean, that was a great scene between him and Willem Dafoe where he's just like, you know, kiss my ass.
Right.
Why do I give a fuck? So I mean, there was like a lot of good stuff that like enhanced the characters a bit and make you feel like okay, like they're more than just 3D cutouts that are supposed to be superheroes. Like I mean Aquaman was just a step above the yeah, my man. It was a step above that.
Yeah, there was only a couple of those moments.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated as well. Like there was only a couple of those moments with Aquaman like that, as in the first one it seemed like every fucking word out of his mouth was Hetfield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in this one, I think he had more depth and character to him, which I appreciated as well. I really liked the part where he went up to Flash and said, you know, he just lost his dad.
Yeah.
You know, that whole scene was like really good.
Yeah.
Like it showed like
Cyborg.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Cyborg lost. No, with Flash though. Him and Flash were talking.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like that was kind of like the first time you saw him like, not taking a swig and not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like he was like, that's tough to go through. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, that was kind of cool actually. I like that scene. I like that scene better. I mean, don't get me wrong, the lasso scene was funny.
Yeah.
In the first one, but this scene kind of held better for me. It made more sense to what was going on,
Yeah.
And I like Cyborg. I mean, his character was so much more evolved in this than the first movie, didn't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you definitely got much more in depth with Cyborg, and even like at the end, like when he's pulling apart the mother boxes, and they're like, we can make you whole, we can fix you, and he's like, I'm not broken. That was like a cool, like, because that would be like, well, that's the temptation. Well, here's your family, here's you, the real you. I mean that was like a very cool like little like temptation for him.
Yeah.
And
I also liked how Superman was walking down the thing and all his fucking suits started coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's going for the black one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of liked that. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like how they were all coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I like the way I liked when he showed up. Like he showed up and it was just like, I'm not impressed. And then he just beat the shit out of Steppenwolf.
I know, dude.
Like hardcore, just beat the fuck out of him. And I was just like, that's right. That's the Man of Steel. Like, and I loved it. Like there wasn't that like, even my toes hurt. That shouldn't happen. I mean, like, grown. Like that was. Like Superman showing up and just being an ass kicker just on Steppenwolf was just like, okay, yeah. And like those little bits, like in the nightmare scene, like where like he's holding Lois's like skeleton and Darkseid puts his hand on his shoulders like, you have my respect. And he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I want to see this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like at the end, like when the Joker's like, how many different timelines do you fuck up?
Right.
And which one do you have the cojones to finally die? Like, oh shit. Like, oh.
Yeah, there's some good shit. I like the whole I also like the part where like Lois wasn't Batman's backup.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she was already there paying her respects, like trying to move on with her life. And all of a sudden, of course, there he is.
Yeah.
And I also liked when they got back to the farm, like that whole sequence was good.
Yeah.
That whole thing was good.
Yeah.
The cornfield part was good. The whole butterfly thing was cool.
Yeah.
Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like
Even inside the house, like that
yeah,
that
it was
moment.
all very meaningful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I liked, how I went back and said, I got to do this. I got to figure out what's going on here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
And gets his suit on, goes up to the sun, gets a little juice box action there, and heads to battle. You know what I mean? Get some energy.
When he dons that black suit too, man, I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wicked. It was.
Like, I mean, Superman should be in the blue and the red. He should be, but like as a one-off, like in the black suit, that like Superman in the black suit is like Spider-Man in the black suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it looks cool.
That Silver S looks badass, dude.
Yeah.
Black cape. Dude, that shit was badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like,
I mean,
I was like, I need this action figure. Like I need this on my mantle.
right.
And I think McFarlane's putting them on too.
Yeah, the way they were going, I also appreciated the non CGI'd face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But like I said, I like Cavill, man. I think he plays a really good Superman. I think they all fit the parts very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know so much from the comic for Flash and Cyborg. But I mean, these characters the people that are playing them seem to fit. I think Affleck's a great older Bat.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I will say this much. Like, Cyborg is a little bit more like the Doom Patrol Cyborg.
Okay.
Okay. He's a bit more upbeat. He was a member of the Titans.
Yeah.
He was one of the founding members of the Titans with Dick Grayson.
Uh-huh.
And but in the New 52 continuity, they changed that so that he was a founding member of the Justice League for some ungodly reason. But he is like in the comic books, he's not nearly as morose as he is in this.
Mm-hmm.
I hope part of that is just what the storyline is in the Justice League movie, and I would hope like if they were to continue this somehow, because apparently they're, Warner Brothers is like, well, there's a lot of buzz about this. Maybe we'll do more. We're not sure. But if Ray Fisher was to come back, or if they were to continue with the character of Cyborg, that he does become a bit more of an upbeat character, a bit more positive.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Flash goes, it's not spot on the Barry Allen, but it's close enough that I'm satisfied with it.
Mm-hmm. Do you like him playing Flash? Because I do, because I like the actor.
Yeah, I like Ezra Miller a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much I can say he's ever done that I really haven't liked.
Mm-hmm.
But like I do I don't mind him playing the character. It works for me.
Yeah.
I mean that I think like any comic book character for the most part, with few exceptions. Like I look at the character of the Flash and their interpretation of it, and is it completely comic book accurate? No, not really, but it's close enough for what I need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with it. Like I do wish just because it's like me, like I wish they would get him in the actual suit. Like I hate like the armor plating thing that he wears.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish it was like it doesn't have like they and it's tough. It's a tough nitpick. 'Cause like I said,